Hey everyone, it's Claudia, and welcome to Take a Moment to ... And that does represent the new topic that I bring to you each and every week that I hope will inspire you and encourage you to pause for a moment, think about what I'm saying, step back, and maybe even incorporate it into everyday life and maybe see some nice little changes and impact going forward. Each week I come to you completely dependent on the Lord. This has been the modus operandi of this podcast for quite a number of months now. The Lord wants me to trust him completely as he's teaching me to do for the every part of my life. Some is easier than others, and others is like, no. But I trust the Lord that he's going to show up and he's going to fill my mouth and that I can give you a message that will bless you and give you food for thought and even actions to take to make things a little better. It can be very challenging at times. It can be very exhilarating, but mostly it is fulfilling. And that's why I come to you each week. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Take a Moment to ... and on podcast stations such as Apple and Spotify. I ask that you like, subscribe, and share, but also comment. I love feedback and getting to know what you think as well, and kind of keeps the juices pumping. So, with that said, this week is take a moment to turn lemons into lemonade. I don't know about you, but life has a way of turning things upside down when we least expect it. There are challenges. Things we think are going okay are just like now, just upside down, topsy-turvy. And it can be very disturbing. It can be throw a monkey wrench into everything. It can kind of even get us to the point we freeze and we don't know what to do. I've been in all three. Okay. So what do we do when those moments hit that it's sour like lemons and it's like this is not what I bargained for, this is not what I planned, and so on and so forth? How do we take that, the sour moments, and sweeten them up and make lemonade? I have been through so many situations where I was hit with lemons. I was hit with bushels of lemons, like I'm sure you have been too. And there's a resiliency that develops when we learn how to take the difficult moments in life and turn them around and make lemonade. It is a skill that's learned because I know many people that just they totally everything is like deer in the headlights, and I go through stuff too. I share my stories with you because I feel experience is the best teacher, and I share my life and examples because I want to know. I go through it. I understand. I get it. And there are times when the lemons are like boulders coming down from a mountain and go, we get squashed by them. Or there are smaller challenges that it's like, okay, I got to figure out how to do it. And that's the important thing, figuring out how to do it. Take a step back and think, all right, what can I do to fix the problem? Now, I have shared many stories in my life, but got hit with a challenge last week where I've gotten a lot better at technology, but there are certain technological things that just throw me for a loop. And it can seem very simple to others, but for me, sometimes it's just like it's a deer in the headlights moment, and I don't know what to do. I got a challenge in my health coaching business to reach out to contacts on my contact list to share what I do and to share uh, what I do with others because there's so many people who are challenged with health issues. And the program has helped me dramatically, and I am in the mode of I have to share it because there's so many people who are searching for answers and are crying out for help. So I took on the challenge and I had to do a video. But City B, instead of doing a 1 minute 30-second video, it went a little on the longer side to almost 2 minutes. And because it didn't faze me because I wasn't posting it on Instagram, which I know Instagram is a 1 minute, it's a 90-second video. And I know this because I cut my podcast down every week into little sound bites to post every day. And I know it's a minute and 30 seconds. So in sending the emails, the texts out to my contact list, I was struggling because the video wasn't going through, not realizing it was too long. And so I did some Google research to figure out what to do. And one of the suggestions was to convert it into a Google Docs. Oh, so I can do that. And I did convert it into a Google Docs. Well, long story short, I did not know that um, in converting it, access was needed to get into the Google Docs. So I sent all of these videos, all of these texts, all of the wellness surveys out to people, not knowing now if they can open them up or not. So, and how did I find this out? I got some texts back from people saying, I can't open, I need access. Deer in the headlights moment. What do I do? So, lemons, lemons. So, took a step back and I thought about it. And I reached out to my coach thinking, can you give me some suggestions on what do I do? Do I resend everything out? Do I just move on? What should I do? And she got back to me and said, well, that's why we suggest open 1 minute, 30-second video. Didn't hear that part. So the good news is I turned the lemons into lemonade by a very unexpected source. I received a text back from someone who couldn't open the video, and they said they'd like to help me out and repost it and their Instagram page, so to tag them. So I got a little, okay, how do I do that? I had to tag somebody. I do it, but it's sometimes like it seems like a foreign thing when somebody actually asks me to tag them. So I did a Google search and I figured that out. But then I realized, oh my gosh, the video's too long. I can't do that. So I experience is my best teacher. I said, oh, gee, I edit videos all the time. So I went into my editing video program on my phone and I got it down to 1 minute, 22 seconds. And I figured out how to tag him. And it was uplifting because he was so willing to help me out. And I'm grateful. And so we just kind of chatted in a thread for a little bit, and I thanked him again for his willingness to help me out. So I posted it. And then I went on his profile page because I had to tag him, and I went, 33,000 followers. It was like, what? So, lemonade. It's like, I'm like, whoa, this is great. So if you're listening to this on Instagram because we follow each other now, I thank you so much. You know who you are. So that may seem like a minor problem to other people, but it was a definite lemonade moment by turning this problem into something that was doable. So then another moment, ding, light bulb of turning the lemon into lemonade. Because I couldn't the idea of going out to everybody again. And this is one of those lemon moments. I couldn't figure out how to just, send like a mass thing to everybody. So I did it the old-fashioned way, and I did individual texts to everyone in my contact list. And right now I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm like creating a lemon for myself because I'm telling this very long-winded story and I'm saying, how my brain is going right now. How am I going to break this up into 1 minute, 30-second little podcast clips, post social media clips for next week? I'll figure it out. I'll make lemonade. So it's amazing how the brain works. And I'm live, people. I just go with what's coming into my brain. So anyway, I said, oh, I know what I can do. So I already now had the shortened video. It's posted on my Instagram page. And so I decided many of my contacts are on my other social media sites. So I posted it as a social media soundbite with the message that was in the video. And I posted in the comments the wellness survey. So that's just a small little microcosm of taking this lemon that I got just the other day and turning it into lemonade. And it's about figuring it out. I mean, we can roll over and play dead and allow the deer in the headlights moments to continue, or we can use the God-given brain that he gave us to figure it out. And what I did, I asked the Lord for wisdom. We ask for wisdom, he answers our prayers. And I mean, I have the mind of Christ. That is scriptural. And so I said, okay, Lord, I've got your mind. Help me figure this out and what to do. So the immediate angst of all of it and what I did and all the work I put into it and blah, 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 it was now this calm moment. And I actually started to chuckle. And it's like, well, okay, this is good. And there's a blessing in it as well. So, and there are so many other stories I have of things that I had to turn lemons into lemonade. What's your story? Share your story with me. Please, we've all gone through it. We all have lemons into lemonade stories. Or did you get frozen and make a popsicle out of it? I just found myself funny just then. Um, and it's a frozen lemon. So just, share with me. I'd love to hear, and we can commiserate and share stories and how we got out of it and made the lemons into lemonade. So there are other things. I'm trying to think of things that I've done that have been problems for me. And okay, one thing that I have had to make lemons into lemonade is us because I do still deal with cognitive issues. It's they're not as bad as they used to be, and I thank God for that. But I still struggle sometimes with processing information, hence the not putting the video into 1 minute and 30 seconds. I keep hitting my mic. My mic is my new friend now on the podcast. And I'm Italian, so I keep hitting it with my hands. So I'm a little silly today, for this week. It's okay. It means I'm enjoying the lemonade right now. So so because I struggle sometimes with processing information, I can get a direction and I don't know what to do with it. And this thing may turn out to be kind of funny, but I can be, because of this, I'm a creature of habit. Repetition is very important to me. And when I step out of the realm of doing something different, I really have to stop and process what I'm dealing with. And when I don't do that, it's deer in the headlights for people in the podcasts. If my eyes are really big right now and I'm just staring into the camera, and I can get very upset because it's a little disconcerting for me to have to go through that. But I had to do an audition. I had to do a self-tape audition, and we got instructions, and I couldn't figure out how to get a full body shot for this self-tape that I needed to do. And I did it a certain way, and it didn't work out, and the I couldn't upload and my podcast to the sites and all of this. And I started to get a little angsty about it. And I'm dealing with a lot of technology stuff lately. Is that going on with you guys too? Is technology is an issue? So anyway, I stepped back, got refreshed, came back the next day, called the site to figure out how to do it, and it wound up I archived the um, casting notice for the audition, and it got taken care of, and I calmly uploaded everything. So that was another lemon into lemonade moment. But I'll use big boulder example now. And one of the things that I've been through in life is I lost a job. I got laid off. And for somebody like me, that's a type A personality that you do your work, you get rewarded. Getting laid off is just overwhelming. And I had to figure it out. I had to heal. I had to come past feeling like a failure. And it had major implications on my self-image and stuff like that. And I did. I wound up getting better jobs. I used contacts. I did research. I worked with recruiters. I figured out what my strengths are, and I focused on opportunities that would use my strengths. And things always worked out. There were jobs that was like, why did I take this job? But the boulder of having no income not knowing where to go, recession, all of that. We're getting hit with that now. So, history repeats itself. There are cyclical economic things that go on. But step back, look at the lemon in front of you, and take a picture and assess what resources you have. What do you have on your plate that you can tap into? What people do you know? Ask for advice. Don't, oh, I mean, you can go into a panic. I mean, I would do stuff like that. I go into a panic, and people don't want to work with people in a panic. They want people who are lucid and have a plan of action. So ask for advice. If you're in a job searching situation, don't ask people for work. They know that's what you want. Ask them for their advice. People love to give advice, okay? And that's something I had to learn too. So if you're going through a job searching situation, search out people who are at a higher level than you and make an appointment and ask for their wisdom and their advice. And generally they will help you and they'll give you pointers, they'll give you roadmaps, things to do. All right. So that is something you can do when a boulder is hitting you as a lemon. It's You have worth. You have abilities. You have strengths. I have strengths and abilities. I have had to come to this place of having such confidence in myself that I don't listen to the people anymore who put me down. And that's a big lemon in Hollywood as an actress. I'll use acting, okay? It's like you're too fat, you're too thin, you're not tall enough, you're not short enough. It's a myriad of ridiculousness in the industry, and it can seriously affect people's image of themselves. So what do you do with that? Either it's a learning situation, but I can't make myself taller. I can't make myself shorter unless I put on stilts or put on stilts to make myself taller. But it's just like, this is the reality of who I am. I'm an individual. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God knew what he was doing when he gave me this physical package. So thank you, Jesus. So I go with it and I have learned to accept me and I move with it. And there are things I just discard because it's not reality and there's nothing I can do. I can't change somebody's mind if they're not dealing with the reality of the situation. They might have a specific casting role that they need a certain height or whatever for, but I get it. Okay, but don't put a person down because of it, and make them feel bad about themselves. I mean, there's enough rejection in this world, especially in Hollywood. Okay, but focus on the things that are your strengths, what you bring to the party, and make the lemonade with that. I hope this gives you some food for thought and drink. And as I said, give me some stories. Let me know things that you've been through. Have you turned lemons into lemonade? Or if you're struggling with an issue, just let me know and we can chat about it. All right. So, with all of that said, I encourage you to take a moment to turn lemons into lemonade.